Generating traffic and sales can be a challenge for online merchants. But selling on the Walmart Marketplace puts your products in front of millions of customers who shop on Walmart.com. And right now, sellers who join Walmart Marketplace can save up to 50% on referral and fulfillment fees for the first 90 days. So get started today. Head over to marketplace.walmart.com/savings. That's marketplace.walmart.com/savings.
Today's podcast is sponsored by SLI Systems, providers of intelligent site search and navigation solutions. Learn more at sli-systems.com and listen to their interviews at ecommercepodcast.com.
Your path to e-commerce success starts right here. You're listening to Practical E-commerce, the podcast for e-commerce results.
Welcome to another edition of Practical E-commerce Podcast. I'm Mitch Bettis, the contributing editor for the magazine. Today we're visiting with Stephen Laura, who, along with John Perez, owns Motif Modern Living. Motif Modern Living is a brick-and-mortar contemporary furniture outlet just about 10 minutes from downtown Austin, Texas. They run a very unique store with a very distinctive product, a product they refer to as a lifestyle product. And I found it interesting to talk with Stephen about how they convey the uniqueness of a distinctive product and how they bridge that touch and feel barrier on their website. It's a particular challenge for every e-commerce merchant, and I thought it might be particularly challenged for someone like Motif Modern Living that offers such a distinctive product. He also talks about some interesting other things in their store, namely particular challenges around marketing their website, challenges with both pay-per-click and SEO, which I think everybody is going to be able to relate. So we'll get into our interview here with Stephen Laura of Motif Modern Living, that can also be found online at Motifmod.com.
We're talking today to Stephen Laura, the president of Motif Modern Living, a brick-and-mortar and online furniture retailer. Stephen, we appreciate your time. We look forward to learning a little more about your operation today.
Well, thank you.
Let's begin by providing a little background about your business and your website in particular, and about your particular product offerings.
Motif Modern Living is a contemporary furniture retailer, and we have a 20,000 square foot store near Austin, Texas. In January of 2006, we launched our website, Motifmod.com. Since we started, we have sort of changed our product offerings a little bit. When selecting merchandise initially, we emphasized price over quality. But then observing people in our showroom, we noticed that they tended to buy the higher end merchandise that we offered in each category. So we discontinued products of lesser quality and gradually purchased better quality furniture.
Do you sell products at online locations other than your website?
We don't do that, at least not right now. At one point we did try to sell rugs on eBay, but we found that the customers were looking for garage sale bargains instead of first quality merchandise. So we didn't have a lot of luck doing that, and we haven't tried it since then.
Are there particular marketing strategies that you have for your online stores?
We really are focusing on search engine optimization right now. We outsourced our SEO, and the results so far have been encouraging. Our placements are moving up dramatically, but because we just started toward the end of 2006, we haven't seen the full results yet. We do also use pay-per-click. The advantage is that, of course, you get a faster response and return and feedback on what you've done, but the cost is very high. We use Google and Yahoo. Google, we think, is the best, but it's the most common and most effective keywords are very expensive, and there's a lot of competition for them. So we do use Yahoo as an alternative.
You mentioned there's a reasonable amount of competition. You're being in the furniture business, there are a number of competitors out there. How have you tried to position your company, both the brick and mortar and the online, in a way that distinguishes itself from other furniture sales avenues in the marketplace?
Well, I guess I should probably talk about it in two parts. The the brick and mortar and then maybe the online. The brick and mortar part, I think what people really notice about us is the showroom. They are absolutely blown away by the showroom when they walk in. The space resembles a loft. There are 30-foot ceilings with concrete floors and glass partitions in between the vignettes. The furniture is warm and contemporary, and there's lots of leather and lots of rich chocolate brown finishes. There's palm trees, gurgling fountains, and tropical flowers throughout the showroom. There's gently pulsing music, and all the people are smiling. So the environment is very hip, and yet it's welcoming and serene. It's really, really nice, and people are always just floored when they walk into the store. I think that's what gives the most impression. In terms of the online, we try to give online shoppers that same type of feeling, but it is, of course, really difficult to translate that into something online. We have in our homepage some photographs of room settings and shots that were taken inside the store, and they rotate to give customers an idea about how the furniture might look if it was placed in their own home. The website itself is well organized and it's easy to use. The furniture is grouped into categories for shoppers who are looking to browse within a particular category. There's also a powerful search function for those that are looking for a specific product. We have a page that highlights new items and another one that makes suggestions for gifts. I think what maybe distinguishes us in general is that we think of Motif as a lifestyle retailer instead of a furniture store. Those who enjoy, kind of this urban lifestyle with elements of nature worked in are going to find it really appealing. We know it doesn't appeal to 100% of the population, but for these people, it's kind of a one-stop shop.
I'm curious, do those kind of two sales channels operate in tandem? I guess meaning, is there for your own inventory status, is there a single order management software that keeps track of what you're selling online as well as what you're selling in the store? Is there a single warehouse for both? Do employees, does everyone kind of integrate with both sales channels?
Well, we try to give both channels equal importance. From our location here near Austin, we can deliver furniture anywhere in the state of Texas. So we tend to market the physical store within the state of Texas. The online store is used as a vehicle to reach those in the rest of the nation, and we market sort of that way. We use a single software to run the entire operation. That's NetSuite. We chose NetSuite because it's web-based, integrated, and customizable. The software was designed with e-commerce in mind, so slick websites can be built easily, even by somebody that's not that familiar with the internet. NetSuite's primary drawback is that it wasn't designed for multi-channel retailing, and right now it lacks point-of-sale functions. But since the system is customizable, we're working on creating that. We're working on a solution that will incorporate the POS functions into NetSuite. So right now, we do have, there's a little bit of a manual part to our order entry on the POS side, but it's seamless on the e-commerce side, and both go into the same pot. Both the physical store and the online store share the same inventory, share the same warehouse.
Clearly with furniture, we're dealing with some heavier than normal item. This is not an average widget that we're selling here, and so shipping obviously is a major concern.
Yes, it is.
And I guess I wonder, do you use all shipping providers, or are there any kind of special things you've done to help kind of minimize that shipping component so that it's not a deterrent on a checkout on an item that's probably a good size and pretty heavy?
One of the challenges of trying to sell furniture on the internet is that it's bulkier than it is heavy. So a lot of furniture that's already assembled has to go via a common carrier. So that means an 18-wheeler backing down somebody's cul-de-sac and depositing the furniture on the curb.
Okay.
It's not the most customer-friendly option, but for us it's really difficult because we sell the range of large furniture like that, like an armoire or a bed, all the way down to pillows and, small home accessories.
Sure.
What we really need is the shipping system to be able to distinguish between what's going to go freight and what's going to go UPS. And right now it doesn't do that. Right now we developed our own like a little calculator that's going to do it. And sometimes we're above and sometimes we're below the shipping cost. But NetSuite has a built-in UPS calculator, but we're not able to use it because we have so much freight.
You'd mentioned earlier that you do some pay-per-click advertising as well. Do you have a particular keyword strategy and how you handle your pay-per-click buying?
Well, one thing, it's very, very challenging, but the most common terms, like let's say modern furniture or contemporary furniture, are usually very expensive. And we do buy them, but just for short periods of time. And then all the rest, we do try to have a large pool of other words. And, this does help when somebody's looking for something very specific, like a dining table.
Mm-hmm.
And generally those are a lot more affordable, but it's a lot more time-consuming, too, because you're having to do so many more words.
Well, you have been at both the brick and mortar and the online store for the better part of a year. We're having this interview toward the end of 2006 and a little bit time of reflection as we go into a new year. What would you say has been the most challenging aspect of getting your online operation functioning?
One of the things I think that surprised me a little bit was that the ramp-up time to get the online store going was so much longer than the ramp-up time for the brick-and-mortar store. The biggest challenge for us is marketing the website. Without, you could create the most beautiful site on the web, but if people can't find it, then it's useless. Pay-per-click advertising can be effective, but it's costly. And the SEO efforts, it's sort of like a long-range plan. You can't expect anything to happen for months and months and months. So I'd say hands down, it's marketing of the site. That's the most challenging aspect.
Well, is there anything else that maybe we have not covered that would be worth talking about? Anything else you would want to tell someone who is about to launch a site? Since you're now this, wise online seasoned veteran, anything you want to share there, or anything else in particular about the integration of a brick and mortar and an online operation, or something specific about the furniture industry? Anything else that perhaps we haven't covered you would want to make sure that we mention?
One small thing is that when we were in the planning stages for our store, we projected really pretty accurately what we would be able to sell in the store. But online, we projected nothing. We acted as if we thought we would never have any income from the online store, and that actually took a lot of pressure off of us because we weren't trying to meet any sort of goal.
Sure.
Because the ramp-up time is so long. I mean, I think for us, it was a real surprise that it took so long, and it's only just now starting to accelerate.